Hi, and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today we're going to look at a kind of unusual beer from one of the Japanese major companies. Actually, it's a minor major company. It's Orion, Okinawa brewery, but which is owned by Asahi, one of the four major Japanese brewing companies. And the beer is this one. I just picked it up. It's called Orion, the Draft Ichiban Zakura. And you might say, what's unusual about this? Well, what's unusual is that it contains dried cherry blossoms in it. So there's in Japan, very often brewers try to do something local and use local ingredients. And in this case, they have done that with local cherry blossoms from Okinawa. And so it's a special kind of cherry blossom called Sakura no Shiotsuke, and you can buy them in souvenir shops. For example, in Kyoto, you may find a little package of these things as kind of snacks, and they are salted. Basically, they are young buds from the cherry tree, and they are washed and then soaked in brine, and then pickled in ume vinegar and then dried and then added. I assume then after that they were added to the beer. I'm not sure exactly at what stage they were added, but so this is made with what's called Kanhizakura cherry, which is from Motobucho in Okinawa, and apparently these trees, or this is where they have the first cherry blossom festival in Japan, the earliest one of the year. Cherry blossom festival is often popular certainly in the U.S. in areas that have Japanese communities, but we don't really see them that much in Japan, certainly. But apparently this is used from the cherry trees here are the early blooming ones in Okinawa, and apparently they have used the largest amount ever in this year's brew. So this is an annual, and they put a lot of the cherry blossoms into this. It's 5%, classified as a pale lager, international premium. Rate beer, 27 ratings, and 3.3 out of 5, 3.0 out of 5 average. 26 percentile for all beers on Rate Beer, and 84 percentile for its style, Pale Lager International. Untapped, 736 separate ratings, and the average is almost the same, 3.06. Okay, so this one was released in November of 2022, and this was produced. Well, the drink by date is November of 2023. Kind of long for a lager, but in any case, let's try this one out. I've never had this one before. I've never seen it before, actually. Very often you see beers with the cherry blossom themes on it, and they're just regular beer put out for cherry blossom viewing time. April, February, maybe March, April. And it's just a regular beer with marketing on it, but this has cherry blossoms in it, and it is rather dark for a lager. I guess this comes from the petals. It's dark, completely clear, almost no carbonation whatsoever, and almost no head whatsoever. You see any carbonation rising there? A little bit, tiny little bit, but okay. Well. Okay, it does have a kind of pale lager sort of nose, light, kind of spritzy maltiness, definitely some fruitiness. Something more, again, I'm getting something I sometimes get with lagers, Hellas, things like that, Dortmunders, kind of light laundry soap sort of nose, kind of a floral scent. Well, in any case, here we go. Okay, it tastes like a pale lager, perhaps a little more body than most. Mild, fruity, sort of initial flavor, and then it does take kind of an interesting turn in mid-palate. Yeah, it's got something just a little bit tiny bit fruitier, something like dried fruit. Is the salt in there? Let's take a look. Okay, well, not sure. The ingredients read hops, they have malt, hops, and unmalted barley, and these dried cherry blossoms. So it does have kind of an unusual flavor. It's a bit fruitier than most lagers, so it's kind of extending itself into ale sort of territory. And certainly that is the influence of the cherry blossoms. It gives it an additional sort of fruitiness. So interesting stuff. Not exceptional, but certainly it's something you may want to try, and you can find this in some markets right now, convenience stores perhaps, and give it a try. Again, it's called Orion the Draft Ichiban Zakura with dried cherry blossoms in it. Sakura no Shiotsuke. And yeah, so 5%er, yeah, why not? And I'm not sure why they brought it out in November. I would think cherry blossoms would be blooming at a different time, and the cherry blossom season, of course, is not until later in spring, but give it a go. Okay, that's it, and please subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment. Okay, bye-bye.